Gut. Frage nach den letzten Warenlieferungen. 1 von 2. Dann würde ich doch mal gucken. Hier hinten ist ein Freiwilliger. Auch im Außenbereich. Schön hier. Sumero bei Nacht bin ich ja so hübsch. Mit diesem Pilzgebiet. Ich bin irgendwie creepy. Aber irgendwie geil. So Badre.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh. Well, yes, but isn't that pretty normal? The academia consumes so many resources each day. Everything from cooking ingredients, raw materials, even equipment for experiments. It's normal for goods to be coming in and out.
Das schon, ja.
Right, but we're looking for shipments with a Matra seal. Have you seen any like that?
That I'm not too sure of. I normally wouldn't notice whether the goods have any seals or not. Maybe you should ask someone else.
Okay. Warum sollte man da auch als Normalsterblicher drauf achten, ne? Fragen wir mal hier unten die Dame. Den Typen. Ich dachte, sie wäre es, die hier vorne stand.
Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
No, not that I'm aware of. Perhaps you could ask someone else?
Ich glaube, du bist genau der Richtige. Seltenes Regiments. Na, egal. Gucken wir mal hier unten. Ayam. Babbeln wir mal mit dir.
Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh? Why do you ask?
Die ganz komische Stimme für sein Aussehen, ne?
Just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something.
Was denn?
There's a Kashar researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. Dozen of large boxes each time, if not more. When I asked him about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kashar used to often sell scrap machines to traveling merchants, so I didn't really think anything of it. But he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't ever so many outdated machines before.
Okay. Ich glaube, wir haben ihn.
Didn't find that suspicious? Why didn't you report it for inspection?
Well, the boxes were stamped with a Matra seal. Why should I bother? Of course, I did start to wonder about the seal once, thinking that maybe they forged it or something. A man named Taj came here and told me that he'd already inspected the goods personally and ordered me to leave the researcher alone. I couldn't question his word, could I?
Ja, ist es.
There must be some sort of mistake. There's no way Taj would ever...
Hier beruhig dich, Mann. Akzeptiere das klare, vor dir liegende.
No, I won't believe it. Taj is an honorable man. Someone must be trying to frame him. Wait,
Typ, ey.
I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
Nabi ist weggerannt und kurz darauf mit jemandem zurückgekommen.
As I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj. A few Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, and he met with them in his office. I was standing outside of the door, and I vaguely heard them say, "Found it." Before I realized it, the door opened, and Taj left with the group of them. I noticed that he had also changed into Eremite attire. But Taj didn't come to work today, so I've also started to feel a little concerned about the whole thing. If you'd like to speak with him, maybe you can try visiting his home.
A group of Eremites? Could Taj really be the one making all the canned knowledge?
Wird er nur benutzt von irgendwem anderes?
No way. Taj is just like Sino. They're considered heroes among the Matra. There is no way that he would... Fine.
Wir sollten es trotzdem
Looks like there's no
überprüfen.
other choice.
Hey, don't let it get to you just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this once and for all.
Ja, ich hoffe doch. Ja gut. Gehe zu Thais Haus und suche nach Hinweisen. Ah, gehen wir von hier hinten. Sind nur 80 Meter entfernt von. Ah, wir hätten jetzt auch von oben laufen können, aber komm, egal. Lustig. Goldvater zieht mich hier echt
So,
mitten durchs
this is
Gebüsch.
Taj's place. There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Tja, ist doch gut.
What should we do then? Do we break in?
No. Wait, the door's unlocked. Did Taj leave in a hurry? Well, anyway, we're still not sure if he's the real culprit. Probably not a good idea to go in without permission.
Ja, wir haben sowieso keine andere Wahl. Nur so können wir ihm auch helfen, den Verdacht zu entkräften.
You're right. Even if we apply for a warrant now, we won't be able to do anything until tomorrow at the earliest. This is an emergency. I just hope Taj doesn't mind.
Ja, mein Gott, mit ihm werden wir bestimmt reden. Und er wird es ja verstehen, wenn er ordentlich der Dinge nachgeht, ne?
It's a paper full of names written on it. Oh, and a map. Nabil, can you make any sense of this?
Yes, this is definitely Taj's handwriting. These papers look like records. These are the transactions between Taj and some other people. From the look of the numbers, the scale of this smuggling case is absolutely massive. The whole operation involves more than 300 people, including dozens of celebrities. These are famous scholars, merchants, mercenaries.
Versucht er eventuell diesen Ring da der Kriminalität zu zerschlagen?
I have a feeling that Sino might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own.
Vielleicht weiß es, aber er wird sich eh nicht zurückziehen, insofern.
You're right, that's just who he is.
Eben.
As for the map, it appears to indicate the location of the Court of Desolation. Let's take it to Sino and let him decide how to proceed.
Okay, bei dem Ding. Da oben ist die Stadt.
If Taj really has turned on his honor and committed these terrible acts, then I suspect that he might already be at the Court of Desolation as we speak. I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him very well. Maybe Sino will know what to do.
All right.
Wir
We'll
müssen
take it to
ihn,
Sino and see.
genau,
Let's
und
go.
ihn einfach danach fragen. Was anderes haben wir nicht. Und ich denke mal auch, das ist der beste Hinweis, den wir jetzt so aktuell gefunden haben. Insofern gehen wir dem doch einfach mal nach. So, und das ist... Hier. Da ist der Eingang. Ja, da oben. Hier ist die Karte. Egal. Wir gucken erstmal hier drüben nach. So. Ist auch noch überall nicht. Naja, egal. Wie gesagt, später alles. Alles zu seiner Zeit.
Well, Sino, what do you make of it?
Taj. It's been a while since I last saw him. From what I remember, he is a straight-laced man. Although he would resort to extreme measures from time to time.
So do you think he's the one behind all this?
Richtig eigentlich für ihn, ne?
I'm still not sure.
Ich wieder nicht für ihn. Wenn sogar sein Schüler oder Partner nicht zu 100% seine Unschuld bezeugt,
I cannot
ne?
imagine how devastating the incident with Mortada was for him. Nor can I deny the possibility that people can change.
Das stimmt, ja.
Whether it's out of love for his son or for other reasons, we have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather, the person he's become.
Ja, die jetzige Beweislage deutet halt echt auf ihn hin.
That's right.
Muss man einfach so sagen.
It's clear that he had a hand in this case, yet he made no report of it. That's also why I need to see him. I must ask his reasoning and judge him myself. Time is ticking. Let's go.
Auf geht's. Wir sind ready. Genau, da hinten ist es nämlich. Dann würde ich gerade sagen. Von da unten, da können wir sogar noch den einen Wegpunkt mitnehmen, ne? Und da hinten ist diese Ruinenstadt. Was mit diesen ganzen Säulen hier auf sich hat, das würde ich auch noch gerne herausfinden. Ja, man muss auch sagen, ich hänge ein bisschen hinter der Erschonten-Quest. Ich jetzt die letzte Zeit nicht so aktiv Genshin gespielt habe. Ich mir jetzt doch gedacht habe, komm, wir hätten das letzte Mal hier schon angefangen und ausgewählt. Jetzt machen wir das nämlich erst. Dann würde ich nämlich das Kartenspiel mal freischalten. Ich weiß gar nicht, wie das heißt. Ja, es gibt ein Kartenspiel jetzt scheinbar irgendwie seit eins der letzten oder vorletzten Updates. Und das würde ich mich gerne noch freischalten, weil es halt eben auch zur Weekly zählt. Und ich habe auch schon gesehen, dass das ja eben auch gesprochen wird. Und das nehme ich ja dann doch gerne auf. Ah, okay, das Ding ist doch ein bisschen weiter weg als gedacht, ne? Hey, dann stürzen wir hier ab. Oh, tote Skorpione. Teleportpunkt freigeschaltet. Bitte? Welchen Teleportpunkt habe ich freigeschaltet? Muss ich das gerade verstehen? Hof der Trübsal. Ein in der Zeit des König Deschred von irgendeiner Schule errichteter geheimer Ort. Es heißt, darin befände sich ein Schatz, der Tote zum Leben erwecken kann. Wenn man vor seinem Eingang steht, kann man ein Klopfen hören, das das Herz schneller schlagen lässt. Okay. Sollten wir einmal Dendro mitnehmen? Ach komm, wir gucken einfach mal so. Wird schon irgendwie passen.
So this is the Court of Desolation. Are there really any treasures buried here? Oh, Paimon's kinda nervous. Could it be dangerous?
Don't worry. You'll be safe with me.
Fire hazard!
So, ja, der beschützt uns schon. Das ist ja toll. Und Ihrem, die macht das hier alles, ne?
I'll protect us.
So, die Truhe nehmen wir auf jeden Fall mit. Das waren die Lampen, okay.
Look, these walls have definitely seen better days. Was there some sort of fight here? Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Okay.
There is no escape. Time for a light show.
So, damit hauen wir die auch ganz schnell weg. Das ist überhaupt kein Thema. Dann kann man das auf R drücken. Okay.
Whoa, is it just Paimon? Or did that passageway just rotate? It's not gonna start moving again, is it? Either way, we should be careful.
Okay, das ist schon geil. Das ist schon richtig geil, ne?
One with nature. Shine down.
Fire hazard.
So, das haben wir weggebrutzelt. Ach guck mal, hier war sogar eine Truhe, die habe ich gar nicht gesehen. Ich wollte einfach nur die Skorpione killen. Na dann. Da ist nichts. Hier unten drunter, das sieht noch bedrohlicher aus als davor. Oh. Edel. Ja, dann starten wir das Ding mal. Boah, creepy.
A passage! Hopefully that's our way in.
Schon strange, wenn sich die gesamte Ruine so dreht.
That eye seems to be staring right at us. This place gives Paimon the creeps. You go first.
Ach, Paimon, jetzt beruhig dich mal. Ist doch mega geil hier. Aber auch wie das gebaut sein muss, dass das so eine Stabilität hat, ne? Statt mit denen mal. Haben wir hier noch einen zweiten? Nee, aber vielleicht so. Dann drehen wir das ganze Ding nochmal zurück. Aha. Und dann kommen wir nämlich hier hoch. Also bisher haben wir unser Leben noch, ne?
There is no escape.
Ja, das kannst du ruhig probieren, aber nein, nicht bei uns. Komischer Robo. Okay. In Robo ist das Ding jetzt aufgegangen. Na, hallo.
Taj.
Ah, Sino. It's been some time since I've seen you last. I trust you are doing well. Seeing that you've made it all the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. Even faster than I expected. Is it because you have some new partners now?
That's right. This case is nearly closed. But the most important answer still eludes me. Was it all your doing? Smuggling the canned knowledge? The research of the Court of Desolation?
Yes, it was me.
Schade. Das war dem so offensichtlich, dass ich gehofft habe, dass es dann doch falsch wäre, aber da waren wir wohl doch leider richtig.
Then explain why.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say I've changed. I've become a selfish coward who only wants to pursue his own interests.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, really? Way I see it, every person will end up like me sooner or later. When you're young, you press forward, unattached, living solely for the justice in your heart. But as you begin to age, you start to become more cautious. You know many things are wrong, but still turn a blind eye to them.
Ja, die Kunst ist es, sich da nicht hingehen zu lassen.
I was the same. I never questioned my actions until Murtada died. I could feel the justice that I once strived to uphold slowly crumbling in my heart. I was completely dedicated to all that I did, but as I grew older, I found myself feeling alone, miserable. Can you imagine what it feels like to not have the will to live, but not be able to die?
Deswegen willst du dein Leben opfern, um das von deinem Sohn wiederzuholen? Damit du der Schmach entkommen bist? Und was macht dann dein Sohn, wenn er hier alleine ist? Und dann deinen Tod miterlebt? Lebt ihr euch dann konstant selber wieder, oder was?
Murtada was sent to prison by my own hands. I set myself on this painful path. My son hated me till the day he died, and now I must live with that pain and regret. I failed him as a father. But now I have a chance to make it right. A chance to reunite with him. The Court of Desolation. Here lies the key to overcoming life and death. The power to even bring the dead back to life.
So, did you already find what you needed here?
See this door behind me? Behind it lies the treasures that I seek.
Ja, für was für einen Preis? Das ist halt echt immer die Frage, ist es das wert?
I'm so close, Sino. If only you hadn't arrived now, I could already have...
Enough conjecture. What has happened is already part of the past. You cannot bring the dead back to life. In the end, the treasures you seek are nothing but myths and legend.
Since you're so sure, why don't you just let me open the door and see then?
No. I sense danger behind that door. There will be dire consequences the moment you open it.
Scheiß drauf, mach doch einfach.
I beg you, as an old partner, can you let me fulfill my last wish just this once? Surely you get it by now. Doing your job without mercy will only drive people away from you. I'm the prime example.
Sich würden machen lassen, mein Gott, wir sind noch hier.
I don't overthink things. If there is only one way for me to defend my principles, then that is the path I will take.
Seems there's no convincing you. All right then. Let's see if your polearm skills have improved at all.
Dein göttliches Auge? Ich glaube nicht, oder? Dafür sieht er viel zu unspektakulär aus.
This power is mine.
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call. Shine
I
down.
will set things right no matter what.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Nowhere to run.
Hey, komm.
As I thought.
Oh, Schatten gar nicht draußen.
Their strength.
You feel it, don't you? I'm stronger than you remember. I gained new power when I entered the Court of Desolation.
Okay.
This is only a taste of it. Once I open the door behind me, this power will be complete. Even life and death will have no grip on me.
Uh-oh. We have to stop this guy!
I won't let you open that door.
I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid it won't be easy to stop me now that you're injured. Or are you ready to sacrifice your life for this?
I'll do what I have to.
Okay.
I still remember when we first became partners. You were always charging forward and putting your life on the line, just like now.
Ja, so ist sie nur dem, ne?
Even after all this time, you still haven't changed.
You haven't changed either. You left that list of names and map in your house on purpose, didn't you? All of this was just part of the act you were putting on. What happened just now was also part of your plan. You might have fooled those on the list. But I had my suspicions from the beginning. But I couldn't be sure until we fought. If he really had changed, your fighting style wouldn't be as it was before.
Eieiei.
Huh? What do you mean, Sino?
He never planned on opening the door. His true intention was...
Ja.
What's happening?
Seems our time is running short. Let me make this quick then. After Mortada died, my spirit was crushed. For a long time, I was hoping this reality was just some terrible nightmare. I hoped I would just wake up and be able to see his smiling face again.
Wird einfach nur umgebracht werden,
That
ne?
is when I was approached by someone who wished to collaborate. and find the Court of Desolation together. I did some investigation of my own and discovered they were part of a massive organization. People from every walk of life are involved. They are relentless in their search, pouring countless mora into secret research, even sacrificing lives in hopes that the Court of Desolation would appear.
No wonder banning the research wasn't enough. A full-scale operation was already in motion.
I'm a flesh and blood human like anyone else, so I obviously hesitated and considered it. The thought of bringing my son back tugged at my heart, but in the end, I came to my senses. I knew that I could not let myself go down that path. I suddenly came to a realization amidst my suffering. The Court of Desolation, a place that once drove people to tragedy, was still doing so even centuries later. As long as this place exists, people will recklessly seek it out, just as Mortada did, generation after generation, regardless of the cost.
Du wolltest ihn zerstören, oder was?
Buried beneath the sand forever. Once the Court of Desolation is gone, there will no longer be anyone obsessed with seeking it out.
Die Spuren der Zerstörung, die wir auf dem Weg hierher gesehen haben, kommen von dir, oder?
That's right. I acted as if I had abandoned my convictions just so that they would cooperate without raising any suspicion. This was the only way I could find and destroy this place. But that wasn't enough. I needed someone I could trust to bring the organization to justice. The academia forbids the research of the Court of Desolation, so they would never approve my plan in the first place. To add to the problem, the organization is so powerful that they even have members working within the academia. If I wished to destroy the organization, I couldn't just count on the academia alone.
So, you pretended to be the one behind all this, as a test for me.
Yes. I'm sorry, but now I am assured. You haven't changed at all. You are still as you always were, fearless and making no compromise.
Ja. Zuno bleibt seinen Prinzipien definitiv treu, ey. Also gäbe es da bestimmt auch noch andere Möglichkeiten, jetzt mal ganz ehrlich.
Anyway, this place is collapsing. You must leave now.
Wait! Aren't you leaving too? There are still loads of bad guys to catch outside!
His fate is already sealed. There is no life left inside him. He is like a candle with no more wick to burn.
Soll das heißen, der Preis für das Öffnen des Hofes des Trübsals ist ein Leben?
You planned it all from the very beginning, didn't you? Risking being treated as a traitor to collaborate with them. Sacrificing your own life to open and destroy the Court of Desolation.
Regardless, I made a grave mistake by allowing the smuggling and the research of this place. Let this be the final judgment on myself.
Ja, bleibt hier nichts anderes übrig, ne?
I was always so busy with work that I never made time to fulfill Mortada's wishes.
Und was war sein Wunsch?
Finding this place was his biggest wish. Since I'll be reuniting with him here, I can only hope he won't have anything more to hold against me. I'll leave all those people on the list to you. Sorry for all the trouble I've caused.
There's nothing to be sorry for. We are partners. If you see Mortada, send him my greetings. Goodbye, old friend.
Okay.
Dad, why are they so strict with me? I'm always the only one who gets in trouble.
Just leave me alone! Don't worry, I won't damage your precious reputation.
All right, Dad. Let's start over. By the way, I finally found an area of research I wish to pursue. Why can't you show even a little leniency? Why?
Because we are Matra.
Ja.
The Court of Desolation has...
Er ist verschwunden.
Just as Taj said, that place had caused too many disasters and tragedies.
Aber hätte er da jetzt nicht auch rausfliegen können?
Being buried in quicksand is its rightful end.
Und was ist mit der Organisation? Kümmerst du dich um die auch noch?
To them, as long as there's more to be made, they will disregard the Academia's rules, whether it's the Court of Desolation or anything else. Their only goal is to make massive profits off of dangerous research. Taj may have set them back with the Court of Desolation, but it won't be long before they continue searching for another target.
Ja, das ist sehr wahrscheinlich.
That's an opportunity that I will not let them have.
We'll help too.
Paimon, jetzt sei ruhig.
Thank you, but you've already done enough.
Eben.
Just leave the rest to me. I will bring them to justice myself. Besides, I promised you that I would sweep away any potential danger.
Und dazu will er ja immerhin auch stehen.
So, that's what I'm going to do. Wait for me a caravan rebob 4 days from now.
In 4 Tagen zerschlägt er den gesamten Kult. Alter, was ein Typen. Warte bis 4 Tage später. Können wir ja schon mal zur Karawane Ribat gehen, ne? Das machen wir jetzt auch gerade. Wie gesagt, die 4 Tage, die warten wir jetzt noch. Dann wird die Folge noch mal ein bisschen länger, aber dafür ist dann die Quest auch abgeschlossen. Weil es sieht alles danach aus, dass es bald zu Ende ist. Ach ja. Schade. Wirklich, wirklich schade, dass das jetzt so alles ein Ende gefunden hat. Ja gut, ich werde angestrahlt, aber immerhin der Greenscreen nicht mehr, ne? Ja gut, das ist okay für mich. Damit kann ich leben. Ach ja, die Wartezeit. Hm. Ich hätte auch einfach stoppen können und dann kurz bevor die 4 Tage fertig wären, auch wieder anfangen können. Naja, jetzt haben wir weiter gebabbelt. Ist halt so, ne?
We meet again. Thank you so much for all your help.
Ja, immer gerne.
What are you doing here?
Eben, ich habe einen anderen erwartet.
Convicts from the desert are being escorted through Caravan Ribot, so I'm here to keep an eye on things. This should be the last group of them, so I'll be heading back to the Academia once they're cleared.
Und was ist in den letzten Tagen passiert? Wir haben hier nur rumgestanden und gesabbert.
The last few days have been quite the ride, but fortunately, I can say with confidence that this case is finally coming to an end. At first, the mercenary groups on the list were putting up quite a fight. They made several desperate attempts to cover up the truth. However, word is that someone crossed the desert and took out their main camp overnight. After that, people on the list started to put pressure on the higher-ups within the Academia. Everyone was on edge, and the case came to a standstill.
So Scheiße, ey.
And then what happened?
Ja, erzähl weiter.
Well, then we received word that Taj Rudkani had sacrificed himself on the case. The news really stirred up the members of our ranks. The Matra then moved together against the enemy. We cleared out the traitors from within the Academia and arrested all the researchers on the list.
Uiuiui.
Some of them managed to get out of the Academia, but still failed to escape. The scattered criminals were captured all across Sumeru by the mysterious person who had defeated the mercenary groups. I even heard that someone was about to escape to Fontaine, but was still apprehended just at the border. Having more than 300 prisoners apprehended for interrogation has definitely shaken things up recently.
Ja, es hört sich so an, ey. Alter Schwede, Sino. Was hast du da gemacht?
Catching everyone on the list means no more smuggling canned knowledge and no more victims. It was a lot of work, but Paimon thinks we accomplished something big.
That's right. Thanks again for your assistance. As for the mysterious person who hit the mercenary camp, that must be Sino, right? He's the only one I could think of who could accomplish such a feat.
Definitiv. Oder eventuell Yilan. Die könnte das auch, glaube ich, vollbringen.
Speaking of which,
aber er war's.
Have you been in touch with Sino these days? I think I just saw him when I was on watch nearby. He was walking with someone I didn't recognize, and then before I knew it, they were nowhere to be seen. If you happen to see him, please send my regards.
Okay.
Sure thing, Nibio. You be careful too. Don't let any of those bad guys escape.
Oh ja, ansonsten sehen wir uns bald wieder, sage ich dir.
Don't worry about me. If anything happens, you can find me at the Academia anytime.
Okay. Finde Sino. Okay, da
Trying
oben.
to single-handedly bring 300 people to justice must feel pretty exhilarating. But I can assure you this is certainly not the best solution.
Aber es ist auf jeden Fall schon mal ein guter Weg.
I'm aware. However, I learned something unexpected during interrogation. Apparently, someone had enticed Mortada Radkani into becoming interested in researching the Court of Desolation. Mortada had lived in his father's shadow all his life. Naturally, he wanted to conduct research that would seem groundbreaking and significant.
Hm. Aber wer?
After Mortada died, the organization tried to use Taj's shame regarding his son to add him to their ranks. Toying with others' minds, treating lives like dirt, and doing anything for their own interests.
Okay.
This makes me angry.
Fine, I understand. This is a type of trap I've been working on which uses plants. Here, take some just in case you need them next time.
Pflanzenfallen.
If thrown into the
Interessant.
mud, the trap will grow rapidly and disperse a pollen that has a paralyzing effect. I don't have much use for the traps these days, but maybe you will and can help me collect more testing data.
Sino! Tainari!
Hey, die beiden, ey.
Oh, so Tainari must be who Nabil saw earlier. Are you also here to see Sino?
Ich bin lustig, alle gleich groß, ne? Es ist das gleiche Modell und ein anderes Layout drüber. Eieieiei.
That's right. Sino asked me to collect some medicinal herbs to treat a girl named Simin. I also dropped by just to check for any injuries. He seems to be fine physically, but he looks a little more lonely than I remember. And Sino, relax. You don't always have to look so serious, you know? Why don't you play more Genius Invocation TCG? Kale has always been a little wary of you, and your stern expression certainly isn't helping.
Schon wieder geniale Beschwörung, genau das will ich haben.
How is Kale these days?
She's grown a bit taller, but her grades could use some improvement. She still made many mistakes on her last test, even after I had marked all the important content in the book for her. Her condition seems to be improving lately, so I plan on having her go outside more. It just so happens that I have something she can help me with.
Das ist aber auch das Problem. Also wenn wir oder wenn ich in so einer Welt leben würde, ich würde mich auch von allen ablenken lassen. Wie soll man da dann ohne Ablenkung lernen? Ich verstehe sie.
You mean Kale is leaving a video forest? What happened?
I've asked her to host some ad hoc lectures to teach the dangers of canned knowledge, as well as how to use it safely.
Okay, sichere Nutzung von Wissenskonserven.
Although we've apprehended all the criminals behind the recent smuggling case, there are many people who are still curious and seek after canned knowledge. So I decided to ask her to work on increasing knowledge and awareness on the topic. Please be sure to keep an eye on her.
Aber im Endeffekt hat er recht, wenn man die Wissenskonserven, so gesehen verstaatlicht, ne, und das dann jedem anbietet, natürlich in gewissen Dosierungen, kann man das Wissen ja doch über alle Leute halt eben auch gleich verteilen und halt eben auch weitergeben. Und somit ist es ja nichts Verbotenes mehr. Und ja, ne? Also an sich auf jeden Fall keine schlechte Idee von Tenari.
I will.
If anything else happens, the three of you can find me in the Avidia Forest. Take care.
Alles klar, wir wissen's. Und ich hole dich einfach ins Team. Passt auch.
I've already caught those who were preparing to attack you in secret. Even if some criminals did slip through our fingers, they wouldn't know that you were involved in the case. So you can relax.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Sino?
Ja, ich bin entspannt, insofern.
It's still not time for me to rest yet. Those who died have fulfilled their wishes, but those who are alive must continue pressing forward.
Das ist richtig. Die Arbeit geht immer weiter, gerade als Matra.
I've been thinking about what Taj said in the Court of Desolation these last few days. His words were not empty. People do change, and no belief can completely resist the erosion of time.
Das stimmt. Die einzigste Konstante ist ja die Variable, ne?
I just hope my own change will come slowly, so that I can press on a little further. That way, those who see me as their superior, and those who are following in my footsteps, will learn courage from my example.
Ein strahlendes Vorbild, ja.
Just as I gained courage from my own superiors, and my partner.
Klingt nach viel Arbeit, aber ich hoffe, dass sie nur ein bisschen glücklicher sein wird.
I'll be fine. I'm also enjoying my chat with you right now, you know.
Ja, das stimmt schon, ja.
There are many things I feel better about once I start to talk about them.
Immerhin, sehr gut. Freut mich zu hören.
Many people want to go to the desert to offer condolences for Taj. But I didn't share details with anyone. I'd prefer to avoid revealing the location of the Court of Desolation. One day, I'll gather some flowers that grow in arid desert conditions. And then, I was hoping you'd join me in planting them on the remains of the Court of Desolation.
Können wir gerne machen, Sino. Damit verstummte Sande abgeschlossen. Das war die Legendenquest von Syno. Eine Aktentasche vom Anderer. Die will ich mir gerade nochmal angucken. Wo ist sie? Hier ist sie nicht. Das war ja ein lilaner Gegenstand, ne? Hier vielleicht? Ja, so viel Zeugs, ey. Ja, hier ist er. Geschäftszeit des Mahamatra. Ja gut, das ist nur Gegenstand für die goldene Kanne. Ja gut, dann würde ich sagen, vielen Dank fürs Zusehen und in der nächsten Folge widmen wir uns dann Komm und probier geniale Beschwörungen aus. Also, bis dahin ihr Lieben, ciao ciao.